Essential Flutter Widgets. Every developer should know Flutter widgets are the fundamental building blocks of any Flutter app's user interface. In Flutter, everything is a widget, from text and buttons to layouts and the entire app structure. This article covers the essential Flutter widgets every developer needs to know, including container, text, scaffold, and more, with practical examples. What are widgets in Flutter? A widget is the basic unit of the user interface in Flutter. Imagine it as a blueprint for how something should look and behave on the screen. In most UI frameworks, you have separate elements for structure, styling, and interaction. But Flutter bundles all of that into widgets. Everything in Flutter is a widget. A widget is represented by a text label, a button, a row layout, a color background, and even the app itself. What are the two types of Flutter widgets? All widgets in Flutter fall into one of two categories, which are stateless or stateful. The difference comes down to whether the widget can change over time. Understanding this distinction is key to building interactive apps. Stateless widget. A stateless widget is one of the two main types of widgets in Flutter that has no internal state. Once it's built, it doesn't change unless its parent tells it to rebuild with new data. Stateless widgets are perfect for UI elements that stay the same throughout the app's lifecycle or only change when external data changes. When to use a stateless widget, you're displaying static content like text, icons, or images that won't change. The widget only depends on data from outside via constructor parameters, not internal variables. The content might change occasionally, but only when triggered by a parent widget rebuild, not by user interaction within itself. You want something that's fast to render and has minimal overhead because Flutter doesn't track its internal changes. Stateful widget. A stateful widget can store and update internal state data. When this state changes, Flutter automatically rebuilds the widget so the UI matches the new data. This makes it ideal for anything interactive or dynamic. When to use a stateful widget. The widget needs to be updated based on user interaction, such as button presses, form inputs. You're displaying data that changes over time, such as a counter, fetched API results, or a timer. The widget has animations or transitions that require internal tracking of values. You want to keep track of a temporary state, like the selected tab or the current value of a slider. Essential Flutter widgets you need to know. In Flutter apps, you blend a few essential Flutter widgets to build everything from basic pages to complex layouts. These key Flutter UI widgets handle structure, text, images, interactivity, and arrangement. Here's a reference for the most common ones. Container. The container widget is one of the most commonly used Flutter widgets, acting like a versatile box. It can hold a single child widget and lets you apply styling such as padding, margin, background color, borders, and even transforms. Use container to group a widget with specific styling, spacing, or size constraints. It's perfect for wrapping elements to control their look and placement. Text. Text displays a string of text on the screen. It supports different styles, fonts, and alignments. Use text to show readable content, labels, titles, or instructions. Scaffold. Scaffold provides a basic app layout structure. It can have an app bar, a body, floating action buttons, and more. Use Scaffold to create a standard app screen with a top bar, body, and other common UI elements. App bar. App bar is a toolbar typically placed at the top of the screen. It can display titles, icons, and actions. Use app bar when you need navigation, branding, or quick actions at the top of your screen. Row and column. Row arranges widgets horizontally, while column arranges them vertically. Use row for horizontal layouts and column for vertical layouts. Image. The image widget displays images from assets, the network, or memory. Use image to show pictures, icons, or any visual content from your app's resources or the web. Icon. The icon widget displays material design icons from the built-in icon library. Use icon to visually represent actions, statuses, or categories. Conclusion. Understanding Flutter widgets and their system gives you a unified way to design, structure, and control every part of your app's interface. We explored what widgets are, the difference between stateless and stateful widgets, and essential widgets like container, text, scaffold, and more, along with examples. With these fundamentals, you're ready to start building layouts that are both visually appealing and responsive to user interaction.